Okay. Looks good. Alright, let's go to YouTube and let's get this show on the road. Oh, we're live streaming. We are live. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Sorry y'all had to put up with that for just a second. We got the music working. We got everything working. I think. We hope. Give me just a second here. Let me make sure that I am live here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and share this one out. Copy. All right. All right, so we are good now. We should be all set up and ready to go. As you guys can see, we got a background now. We did quite a bit of work here before the stream started. I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready for you guys. So we have some preseason football going on. Jimmy G did make the field. I don't think there's going to be a problem with Jimmy G. Zamir had 40 yards on 10 carries. They're playing right now. Stetson Bennett hasn't looked terrible. He did throw a pick, but didn't look awful. Russell Wilson 3 for 6 for 24 yards. I mean, really nothing too notable there. P. Ryan looked pretty good in the little carries that he got. Javonte looked all right in the little carries that he got. So not very many carries on the night, but at the end of the day, like I say, it's the preseason. Don't weigh too much into it. Cooper Rush looked really good. Tolbert had a really good night. Drew Lock actually did pretty well, but Geno also was fairly efficient. Jackson Smith and Jigba, another great night in preseason. I'm kind of looking at my phone right now. It has all my notes that I wanted to go over at the top of the stream today. CJ Beathard, I watched this game a little bit. Wasn't any DeAndre Swift sightings, so you know, as you can see with our pick'ems today, we went ahead and did get some pick'ems done. Maybe if it'll show my results, I don't know if it will. There we go. You can see we did get a results today. For the preseason, there was a bet for Anthony Richardson. They said no matter what, it's going to cash. So I made a little $15 off of that. And then we're also going to tomorrow probably be making $120 off of this. So if you guys haven't already, make sure y'all use the code at the bottom of the screen to get into these Underdog contests, pick'em contests, the drafts. We could also do those as well. There's also NFL season long higher lowers. There's also some rivals here for NFL season. Lots of different things you can get yourself involved with here. They will match dollar for dollar up to 100. So I do want to go ahead and mention that one time here before we start the stream. Rushing touchdowns, he has a touchdown adjustment to Derrick Henry. That is exactly what that means. Receiving touchdowns, basically this is a straight bet. Who do you think is going to get more receiving touchdowns? AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson. Same with this one, receiving yards, Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, who leads the way. Receiving touchdowns, Ridley or Hawkinson. So that's kind of what this means. Like I said, I'm gonna probably win 120 bucks here. We won 15 bucks here, and we've done God knows how many best balls at this point. So I appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out with me tonight. We're about to get underway here. Trey, what is going on, my guy? Evening, brother. Just finished up my first draft. Care to grade the squad? I can kind of give you a little bit of an evaluation of what I think, but sure. Which contest did you end up entering? Did you end up entering the Best Ball Mania, or did you enter the Puppy? We're gonna start off with a Puppy draft tonight. I probably will do a Best Ball Mania after. We're gonna be streaming for a while now, and also let me know if the music's good, guys. Like I said, this is the first stream I've had it on, so I want to make sure that it's okay, not too loud. Please let me know. Or if it's too quiet and you can't hear it at all, then, well, that's good to know too. So it should be on. We'll put it that way. I want to at least listen to it. All right, music's good. Bet. We have the 109. I'm gonna modify my microphone just a pinch here. I do want to make sure that it does sound okay for you guys as well. Please let me know if the audio sounds better if I turn up the compressor a little bit here. It does make it sound a lot quieter, I think, but at the end of the day it does kind of turn out some of the volume, so that part is good. QBs, Lamar. Just Lamar? What? Wait. What? Is this a best ball draft, Trey? Or what kind of, what is this? Is this like your home league? What is this? Because if it's only one quarterback for best ball, that's not a good thing, my friend. 12-team full PPR, no super flex or premiums. Okay. So Lamar, Jamar Chase, and Garrett Wilson, Ramondre Javante. Flex is Waddle. Wow, okay. Tight end is Evan Ingram, which you can live with. Bench, James Cook, Rashad White, Michael Pittman, Sky Moore, Rashad Penny, and Elijah Moore. Wow. That's pretty good, honestly. That's a pretty good draft. I won't even lie. For a 9-team, that's a pretty good draft. You must have had the second overall pick. For Garrett Wilson to fall late into the second, that's a pretty steep fall for him. So I'd say that's a pretty good spot. No, Crabbed. I have to play copyright-free stuff. So I can't really do much with song requests in here. Make sure y'all are hitting the thumbs up. Helps me get the algo out there for these videos and these live streams. So please make sure you guys help me out here. Hit the like. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Make sure y'all hit the sub button. We are trying to be streaming quite a bit here on the upcoming season. Wow, Kelsey's going to fall to me here at the 108. I was kind of hoping to get Bijan at the 109, but it is what it is. We'll take Kelsey at the 109 easily. Second correct. Yep. I appreciate you, Trey. Hopefully you'll stick around for a little bit. Kelsey at the 109 here. That's a really good pick. All things considered here. Cooper Kupp going at the 104 with his little injury scare. Eckler going ahead of Kelsey, which is weird. Diggs, yeah, I don't like taking Eckler over Kelsey and over Bijan. I just don't in best ball. So I just don't know what the upside is there. AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb goes. AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb are really just interchangeable pieces. Like, you could make cases for both of them being better. Like, I think AJ Brown's quarterback play is going to be better, but CeeDee Lamb has more upside, I feel like as in volume, than AJ Brown's going to get. So, I don't know. Kind of depends on what you prefer there. So, we do have Travis Kelce to build around here. Keat. What's up, Crabbed? What's up, sir? We have Garrett Wilson going off the board here. Sedarian? What the? Who's Sedarian? I don't know who Sedarian is. Devontae Adams goes off here at the 2-2 position. That's a little early for Devontae Adams, what he usually goes anyways. But I don't mind taking Devontae Adams. You know, if Nick Chubb falls to me here, I'm gladly taking him. CD, okay. That's what I thought, but I was like, okay. Okay, I didn't think Nick Chubb was gonna fall to us there, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Tony Pollard, we're gonna go ahead and take him because I don't have a lot of Tony Pollard. So we're gonna go ahead and go Tony Pollard. I am gonna go get a drink real quick, so give me just a second. Let me go get a drink. He's drinking some Hennessy. Yeah, okay. Devontae, I've only missed 2 picks. Saquon goes off and Devontae Smith goes off. All right. Got ourselves a nice little Pepsi. Nothing too crazy. All right. Hopefully this is a good little setup for you guys. Hopefully this is something that you guys can see decently well. Chris Olave goes. Do I bet on horse races? No, I do not bet on horse races, my friend. One thing I do need to do is also, I want to edit one more thing here about this. Let's see this thing. Pan this down just a little bit so you guys can see the board. There you go. Okay. Pan that down just a little bit more. Do you look into it? I do not want to look into betting on horses. I live near a horse track, like one of the biggest ones in the country. So Ellis Park. I definitely don't want to bet horses. We'll put it that way. It's definitely something I don't want to do. W. Tony. We'll see about Tony. Like I said, I don't have much of Tony. Not a believer, but we'll see. We'll see, man. I definitely can see the route to him being a top 3-4 running back, but I don't know, man. I don't see it with Tony Pollard. Why? Because I don't like watching horse races. I don't know. I actually like watching football and watching basketball and watching the stuff I bet on. I'm not the guy to just randomly bet. Like, I did that once for Korean baseball, and I will never do KBO betting again, ever again. That was miserable. I was up at like 3 a.m. sweating a KBO game. Never again. Never ever again. Why with Tony? What do you mean why with Tony? Like, why don't I like him? I mean, it's not that I hate him. It's just I would rather take Saquon in best ball. I think Saquon we've seen the top 5 potential with Saquon. We haven't really with Pollard yet. So it's more so of a comfort thing for me. But have you ever embezzled money? No. I have no. We're not entertaining money embezzlement here. No. Patrick Mahomes going at 28. He's the last of the big 3 to go, which is kind of interesting. Jerry Jeudy. No. Or keep the questions fantasy football related, if at all possible, please. DK Metcalf goes. So we're gonna go a little bit unique here in the fact that we do have Travis Kelce, and we're gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs, and we're gonna take this a weird route, and we'll pass on a receiver for the time being. I know we got to start 3 of them, but I've been doing this thing where I kind of like to getting the running backs here, just so I don't got to worry about them, and I can make 4 running back builds they've kind of turned out decent so far. So, Deshaun, don't touch down here. Wow. Wow. Oh, man, that's immaculate. I'm not going to lie. That's an immaculate team name. Will not lie. That is... It's pretty good. Pretty good. I won't lie. That's kind of crazy, though. I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. Christian Watson, DJ Moore goes at the 35. 35th overall pick. Surprised Amari Cooper hasn't gone yet. I'm sure E3 King... Oh, no, E3 King might not change that. Takes Lamar Jackson, which honestly not surprising there either. See who E3 King goes with here. Yeah, there's a pretty big drop in after round 4. It's tough. Who's the RBs in round 3 and 4? So typically your 3 and 4 guys are Mixon, Brees, Aaron Jones sometimes. After Kenneth Walker, it kind of starts going death hall, pretty much. So you got to find somebody in the dead zone that you like. And for our first receiver, we're going to go ahead and take the upside pick here. I'm going to go ahead and go Mike Williams. I like Mike Williams quite a bit. If he can stay on the field fully, you know, I think he's got a good chance to top Keenan Allen this year. Keenan Allen, another year older, and just not much upside there, in my opinion. I like Mike Williams a lot. I don't know that Keenan Allen really has upside. He doesn't have boom weeks, but I'm going to need boom weeks out of the receivers that I get, so... We're going to go with Mike Williams there. I have a lot of Mike Williams already. I'm going to kind of share you guys my exposures while this draft is kind of going on. We'll kind of go with it here. Hodgins is still my most drafted player in 167 teams. Freiermuth, Schultz, Zeke. We got Zeke quite a bit in the last rounds. Now you can't get him that cheap. So I was lucky enough to get him and Kamara at a huge discount early on. So I have a lot of good teams with those guys. Dante Foreman, I think Dante Foreman ends up leading the Chicago Bears in the backfield. We'll see, though. Khalil Herbert has some preseason buzz, so I've kind of sounded that out. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Rashee Rice is my guy. He's the cheapest KC receiver. When you want a piece of Kansas City, go get Rashee Rice, in my opinion. Jahan Dotson. Now, Jahan Dotson, I have quite a bit of hot takes on. Jahan Dotson, I think, is a better receiver than Terry McLaurin. I also think Jahan Dotson is going to be pushing boom weeks and spike weeks a lot more than McLaurin. So, and he's good in the red zone, believe it or not. Surprisingly, he did pretty well in the red zone last year, before he got hurt and after he got hurt. So, I really like Jahan Dotson. I have a lot of Irv Smith and Dallas Goedert. The tight end position is just hard to draft. It really is hard to get varied up in tight ends. You either like a guy or you don't, and I'm starting to figure that out. I've been trying to take some different guys just to try to get varied up a little, but it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. All right, so let's kind of see what the board has. We have Burrow and Jamar Stack at 2. Kenneth Walker, Najee Harris, Debo, Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson. Interesting that he takes Josh Allen because he's not going to be able to do Kirk Cousins stack because they have the same bye weeks. You don't want 30% Zamir White like you. Yeah. Zamir White, ouch. That's a last round flyer right now too, where Josh Jacobs may not play this year. You know, who knows? But I don't see Josh Jacobs not playing. Like I said, with Jonathan Taylor, same situation. It's better for them to play than not to play. So it's like really tough for me to see them sitting out. McCaffrey, Higgins, Hurts, Ayuk, JSN. Pretty good start there. I do like that. Cooper Kupp, Chris Olave, Mahomes, Mixon, and Aaron Jones. I like that. Justin Herbert goes to the team with Keenan Allen. I was kind of hoping to get Herbert, but it's okay. It's okay. Most underrated fantasy quarterback. Depends on what your definition of underrated is. If underrated means most upside, probably Watson. If underrated means guys nobody talks about and should be drafted, is Geno Smith. Because let's be honest with ourselves. It depends on your definition of that, right? It depends on if you're talking about underrated as in most upside, or underrated as in nobody talks about. Daniel Jones, Geno, and Kirk. I don't know that Daniel Jones gets a lot of hype. Kirk Cousins is boring. You know, he's not really an upside pick. So it's kind of hard for me, you know, to sit here and theorize with you on that. We're going to go ahead and go Tyler Lockett here. Like I said, I'm a big JSN fan. I think Lockett is the guy who gets hit, but in the event that he doesn't get hit, I could still see Tyler Lockett being a great receiver, because he's always the guy that gets drafted as a wide receiver like 30, and he ends up being like a top 20 receiver. Just somehow, miraculously, it happens. I was going with the second definition, so the guys that nobody talks about. Yeah, Geno Smith is definitely one of those guys for me. Another one of those guys for me is not Trevor Lawrence. Jared Goff. Jared Goff's another one of those guys that nobody really talks about, but I think taking Darren Waller over Hawkinson is absolutely a criminal. Absolutely criminal. These drafts are actually absurd. Some people are actually absurd in these drafts. I don't understand the logic behind some people and their picks, but it is what it is, man. But those are the two, Geno and Jared Goff, I'd probably say are the most underrated in my opinion. I think you could say Purdy is also underrated. I think there's a world where that is a thing, where he is underrated. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and take Gabe Davis here. Go ahead and get my guy. A lot of spike weeks, like I said. That's kind of what we're looking for in the receiver position here. Getting a lot of spike weeks. That's what we need out of these guys to be able to perform well. We don't need it all over the same amount of weeks. We just need spike weeks. We need points over the season. So as long as they end with more points, that's fine with me. I can't have also 3 guys with bye weeks of 5. I do play a little bit into the bye weeks, not much, but when it comes to the depth that I'm gonna have at receiver, it's gonna be thin. It's gonna be thin. But we'll see. Chris Godwin goes, Michael Pittman goes. What do you guys think of the new setup, though, by the way? Do you guys like this setup? Is it a W? Hopefully it's better than what it was. I think it is better than what it was, now that I actually have a background on myself. Setup's tough. I think it's better than what it was, definitely. Especially for this. I figured out how to put a background behind me, so that's nice. I also kind of need to figure out if I can make this right side a little bit bigger with the actual draft part. If I can, that'd be great, but if not, well, it is what it is. So all right. Marquise Brown is still available here. Would go hard on TikTok vertically. What are you talking about? Oh, like up and down? Like if I put the boxes one on top of the other? Ooh, we're talking draft strategy. I like it. Crab, who are you going to go with at the 105? 105 is a tricky one because you're going to get your choice of Cooper Kupp, Bijan, and Eckler, in my opinion. Or Tyreek. Yeah, that's not a bad choice. It's not a terrible choice. If it were up to me, I'd go Tyreek. 106 in the same league. Oh, okay. So you guys are not looking to snipe each other. Okay. You're annoying for that, Crab. Well, I'll tell you this much. If he does go Kelsey or Tyreek, just pivot to the other guy. You know, if he goes Kelsey, take Tyreek. If it's Tyreek, take Kelsey. Like, it's about where they go. So, I'd be cool with that either way. I think Bijan should be the 107 this year, personally. This league's 2 flex. Good, it's a real men's league. It's not like the other one. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a running back here. One more running back. Transcendent tight end draft strat. Not really sure what you're talking about there. For RB3, we're gonna go ahead and take a guy who maybe not necessarily is great volume, but we're gonna need him early on. We're going to take James Conner. Oh, tight ends in both flexes. That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. I would not do that personally, but you know, it is what it is. If you want to do that, be my guest. It's not for me, though. I did a draft earlier today, kind of like this one, so I'm kind of comfortable with what I'm doing so far. I'd be okay with taking Anthony Richardson as my QB1 for upside. E3 King has 2 elite quarterbacks and has 0 running backs. Nice. I would absolutely hate to be in his shoes right now. And he still didn't take a running back. What are we doing? I don't know what this guy is doing, but it's definitely interesting, the fact that he does not have a running back yet. This is also why I don't really like taking $5 drafts, because they're really hard to gauge. You rock with Justin Fields? I don't really have that much of Justin Fields, but I think the upside, and like if we're talking best ball, it's probably one of the better picks. I wish I had more of him, but I don't. So it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and reach here on AR, just because. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna reach on AR here. Yeah, you're not gonna get him in the 5th anymore, unfortunately. That's the problem with him, is I can't get myself to reach for him. It's been tough to reach for him. I'll intentionally do it in some drafts, but like, it's really tough. I'm not huge on reaching on quarterbacks, especially if I'm not stacking them. In best ball, that is. In best ball, that is. Now in redraft, I think he could be a league winner, to be honest. I really do. I think he could be a league winner. I mean, Justin Herbert is a great quarterback. Like, I'll be honest, Justin Herbert's a great quarterback. I'm not gonna ever go against Justin Herbert. Like, if you say Justin Herbert's your quarterback, I'm like, yeah, good job. I'm never gonna go against Justin Herbert. I'm okay with Herb. Sky Moore, Michael Thomas. I do want to show you this board after these picks. After these next picks, I do want to show you guys the last draft I did, because it's interesting, to say the least. Actually, I might be able to pull it up. Let me see here real quick. It's in one of these Discords. I mean, I know it's in Flock's Discord. I posted it. Let's see. Yeah. So, can you guys see that or not? So, he took 4 quarterbacks, and they're all pretty decent. And look at his running back room. Look at his running back room. He reached 100 picks here. Some picks fell, you know, whatever, it's fine. But if we go to the receivers, oh crap. We go to the receivers, he reaches almost 20 picks there, 20 picks there, 20 picks here. He lets fall behind, thank God. Like it's just awful. That is an awful draft. That might be one of the worst drafts I've ever seen. I want to get the Travis stack again. Transcendent Travis best build. Holy, that's bad. It's bad for the mental. Khalil Herbert goes. I don't think we have anybody like that that's just absurdly stupid picked, but in this draft, but we'll see. There's some wild opinions or wild picks in these sometimes. So Zach Charbonnet goes. I have a lot of Zach Charbonnet. I really like Zach Charbonnet. I think he's solid. Good running back, good receiving back. Obviously, I do think the Seahawks might be a little bit more pass reliant this year, which is kind of nice. We'll see, though. Watson is so early on Underdog. Third round is crazy. I mean, yeah, he does go early. Christian Watson, he's usually a 3-4 turn kind of guy. Like, he usually goes behind Amari Cooper. He usually is an early fourth kind of guy. All right, so here we can kind of go a lot of different directions. This is kind of where we start doing our interesting. We're gonna go bully tight end, and we're gonna go Njoku here. I want to make sure that I have tight ends locked up, and make sure that that's good. So we're gonna go bully tight end. Make sure we get a second tight end that I can rely on, and go from there. Now we're gonna probably go wide receiver. There goes the last decent tight end in my opinion. The rest of them, it's kind of like take your best guess at what you're doing. So I was kind of hoping Tony would fall, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Bully tight end. Yep. Bully tight end is one of my favorite things to do if you get Kelsey. If you get Kelsey, I understand like not wanting to take another tight end, but like you're basically throwing your, like I get that it's best ball, so you're supposed to say Kelsey's going to be good. But at the same time, you want to make sure your floor is there too. At the tight end position, 110%. And then you don't got to take draft capital on a flyer later. And then you can really focus on taking more flyers elsewhere. We're going to go ahead and take Tank Bigsby. I love this guy so much. He looks so good. Like, I watched him again today. He just looks so good. Like, Tank Bigsby's going to be one of those guys that I'm just in love with. And I think he might actually threaten Etienne to get 1A this year. Etienne has not done much with the 1A spot. He really hasn't, like, over the course of his little 2-year here. To be honest. We'll see, though. Tank Bigsby played for a terrible offense in college. I love Tank Bigsby. I've loved Tank Bigsby for a long time now. Even when he was at Auburn. I really like Tank. I can't talk highly enough about Tank. Roshan Johnson better. I don't know about better. You know, I think he's okay. But, you know, he was behind Bijan, so we really didn't get to see a whole lot of Roshan. Plus, he's got 2 other guys there that are more than capable backs. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how that Bears backfield pans out. In my eyes, it's interesting. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. Well, I already showed you guys the draft, but let's see. You guys, I don't think we're here for pick'ems, but you can see I'm gonna probably be winning 120 bucks tomorrow. Today we won 15. They put some preseason stuff out, so it was kind of a dub. Football's definitely the place where I could win some money. So, if you guys haven't already, make sure y'all sign up for Underdog. I do post my picks over on the subscriptions tab on Twitter. So, yeah, rookie tight ends, dude. We'll put it this way. If the rookie tight ends this year break the mold for that, I will be ecstatic because Brock Bowers is going to break the mold. Like, if anybody's going to do it, it's Brock Bowers. Like, if Dalton Kincaid can do it, Brock Bowers most certainly can do it. You know, it gives you a little bit more certainty about Brock Bowers next year, but we'll see. Because I am actually in love with Brock Bowers. Yeah, Pitts broke that mold badly. Pitts made it to where nobody can trust the tight ends. But let's be honest here. Kyle Pitts is literally in year 3, and he's still, what, 22? Does it show his age on here? No. I'm pretty sure he's 22 still. So, like, he's still super young. Like, we're sitting here talking like he's broken and he's busted and he's a bust and yada, yada, yada. Like, the dude is still, like, 22, 23. Like, he's unbelievably talented for his age. He's younger than a lot of the class that's currently coming in. So, like, it's tough to really say that he's a bust yet. But it's also tough to draft him in redraft. You know, it's really tough. Yeah, he really went for 1,000 yards with Marcus Mariota as his quarterback, man. Like, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Mariota. It was either Mariota or old-ass Ryan. So, I mean, either way you look at it, pretty impressive feat, nonetheless. People really have forgotten that. Like, the only thing that was bad about his rookie year was he didn't catch any touchdowns. I think he had, like, 1 touchdown the whole year. So, yeah, that part sucked. But other than that, I mean, the dude was electric. I think we're going to go ahead and take Jared Goff here and kind of stack him up with Jahmyr Gibbs. We're very thin at receiver, though. I don't really usually like doing this and going this thin at receiver, but we're here. Lo and behold, we're here. See what happens, though. I'd say we're probably going to be a 3 QB draft, too. Alright, so there goes Jared Goff. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs kind of paired up there. We'll get Marvin Jones at the end of the draft, too, for that week 17 correlation, just to kind of get it there. So we have 3 guys from the Lions offense. Because I'll be honest, I do not like whatsoever, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I do not like Jameson Williams at all this year. Like, if you have Jameson Williams on your team, you are praying for a miracle from that guy at this point. That's just my opinion, though. I genuinely don't see it with Jameson Williams at all. I have him in a Dynasty League, and I only have him in 1, and I'm kind of nervous to own him in 1, to be honest. Well, it's like he keeps getting in fights at practice, and then he's already suspended for the first 6 games. And he hasn't looked good in preseason at all. They've already shut him down in preseason. They're like, yeah, we're done watching you be total dog, Dookie. So, like, I don't know what they're gonna do with him, to be honest. I really don't. We're gonna go ahead. I really need early season. We're gonna go Marquez Valdez-Scantling because we know what we're getting out of him, and we know what he is, and we know what his role is in the offense. And I kind of am gonna need that early on, so we're gonna go ahead and go MVS there. Got some pieces of the Kansas City offense. I mean, I got the hype because he had really good downfield speed, and he was a decent route runner in college. But, like, I don't know, man. I'd rather take John Mechie over the guy. Like, John Mechie in college was an animal. I love John Mechie. My draft percentages kind of reflect that too. I like John Mechie a lot. want to make sure we try to get a Colts. Sorry, I'm hiding the draft board for just a minute. My bad. But yeah, I mean, I kind of want to root for John Mechie. But Jameson, I just don't want to root for the guy. So it's kind of hard. I'm kind of looking at Twitter real quick here. See if I'm missing anything. Alright. The only reason I'm kind of drafting Alec Pierce, though, is to get paired up with A-Rich as a stack. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I usually never draft Alec Pierce, but he's kind of one of those guys that I feel like if I want a Colt stack, it's a cheap Colt stack, and I can get it pretty easily. So, that's kind of the thing there. Hopefully I can get him. Sam Howell goes. Roshan goes right after Zeke and Kenneth Gainwell. Zeke going in the 140s still is just extremely troll in my opinion. The Best Ball Mania guys, they don't let him go that far. That's what we're going to do after this, but can't wait to dog the Colts week 1. Man, everybody's going to dog the Colts, dude. Literally everybody's going to dog the Colts. They suck so bad. They're just such a bad football team. Truly, like they're just terrible. A-Rich gonna kill the Jags. Yeah, okay. I'm just drafting A-Rich as a QB because he is rushing upside. Could be a lot like Justin Fields. The Justin Fields situation. Although at least A-Rich is gonna have Pittman. You know, Justin Fields didn't even have that much when he came, so, you know, that is what it is. Go ahead and take Alec Pierce here. Have ourselves a little A-Rich Alec Pierce action. I can't say I'm thrilled about this team. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled. Has a lot of guys that I don't really take that often, so especially this RB room, like it has a lot of guys that I'm just kind of like, you know, I could see it, you know, but Jahmyr Gibbs is about the only guy there, and Tank Bigsby, where I'm just like, yeah, I really like those guys. Tight end obviously is where this team kind of separates itself. Has good receivers at least, so you know, we'll see. We'll just have to see what happens. I do want to pull up my Excel sheet after this pick and kind of give you guys an update on where I've been drafting from. I have an updated sheet now, kind of where I've been drafting from in the Best Ball Manias, how many I have favorites, how many from each spot are favorited, you know, that kind of thing. I went ahead and went through and did all that information. Tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and go through all the other drafts as well. This one, the Puppy 3, Puppy 2, and kind of go through and see what positions I drafted from and which ones my favorites were. Kind of just to get a good understanding of where I was or where I am. You know, who I like, who I don't, what drafts I like, what drafts I don't. And kind of figure it out. I'll show you guys the spreadsheet here after this. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. So we could go third quarterback. That would have been who I wanted at third quarterback. That's who I was looking at. That's rough. Okay, we'll go ahead and go Hyatt. Do we want to go Hyatt? Yeah, we'll go Hyatt. We'll go Hyatt. Alright, I'll show you guys the Excel sheets now. So, we have pick 1 here. Kind of at the top here. We're going to kind of go from the top. Actually, you know what? We can do this a lot easier. Let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. There we go. So, at the top here, you can see that is the first pick overall. We've had 3 of the 4 be a favorite in my little favorites here. So, that's good. Of 11% of my drafts that are favorited are from the 1 hole. From the 2 hole, we have 2 of them of the 26 that were favorited. 5 is probably the most that I've drafted from in my most favorite spot so far in best ball. So we'll see how that goes. Pick 12 and pick 11 have been kind of rough. You know, I barely like pick 11 at all. Same with pick 12. I don't really like to draft there at all. We'll see. It is what it is, but I don't like to draft there at all. I have yet to get a good draft from 7 that I actually like, and the only one that I had from 9 I actually liked. So I just kind of wanted to show this off, just to kind of show where it's at currently. And like I said, we're gonna go through and do these as well, the puppies, chihuahuas, the super flexes, and we're gonna kind of go through and get those there as well. I want to make sure I have those as well. So Matthew Stafford, Taysom Hill goes. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, it's one of those things that it is what it is at this point. You can't really do much about it. I like about a third of my drafts, like love them. So we'll see. All right. Let's see here. So we're up in 3 picks here. Hodgins goes. Hodgins, my most drafted receiver, as I said. I don't really know how I feel about that now, but it is what it is. Like I said, we're not really taking more of him. We'll put it that way. We're not taking more of him. We're trying to get Hyatt a little bit more. We'll see. All right, so we are probably going to go ahead with another wide receiver here. And it's going to be John Mechie, I think. Yeah, we're going to go John Mechie here. I think John Mechie is one of those guys that I feel confident about maybe becoming the wide receiver 1 in Houston. We'll see what happens with John Mechie. I'm excited for him. It's a guy I want to root for, so... This guy still has 1 quarterback. Better be one of the elites. Okay, it's Justin Fields. All right, so it is one of the elites, at the very least. And he takes CJ Stroud as his backup quarterback to pair up with nobody. Yeah, nobody. All right. Cool. Nice backup quarterback, at least. Take somebody that you can pair somebody up with, you know, like, jeez. Like, at least take Bryce Young. Like, a round sooner or something. You know, I don't know. You gotta be able to pair up somebody with somebody. You gotta do that. I want to make sure that we get Marvin Jones kind of on this. Let's see, on this list here. All right. I think we're gonna go Dante Foreman or Kendre Miller here. I think they're falling a little too far, so we're gonna go with one of those two. Yeah, that's probably who we're gonna go with. One of those two. We're gonna go Kendre, I think. Yeah. No, we're gonna go no, we're gonna go Kendre. Kendre Miller there. See what kind of role he has. We'll go with it. I think with Kamara out, he might get a chance to get a role. We'll see. We shall see. Alright. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the last two picks here. We're going to go ahead and load up a Best Ball Mania. Let's see. I'll kind of pull this up on my phone here, so I know that I have it pulled up. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and get into a Best Ball Mania. If you guys want to get in, go ahead and hop in. If you guys want to, if not, cool. Fine by me. Need two more to start. Hey, oh boy. The 108. Maybe this is where we get Bijan. Maybe. Five, 6, 7, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, 23, 25. Wait. What? How's that even possible? Did I do math wrong? I guess I did math wrong. Alright, so the 108. This is where I'm typically excited because I might get Bijan. There's a chance I get Bijan, because this is the range for him. I pray that this isn't going to be one of those rooms that takes Bijan at the 104, because I've seen those. I've seen those rooms, and I'm going to be deeply saddened if this is one of those rooms. So yeah, we're just going to be hopeful. Be very, very hopeful. Justin Jefferson goes one. Totally normal. Thank God. Usually Best Ball Mania is pretty, I don't want to say normal, but Tyreek Hill. Okay, it looks like we might actually have a receiver value room. Very nice. CMC goes at 4. This is kind of where I start looking. Okay, Cooper Kupp goes 5. Kelsey should go here. Okay, now this is where we get the, maybe we get him, maybe we don't, because Diggs might go here. Let's go, fellas. Adding to Bijan Robinson shares. Yes. Yes. Finally. Woo! We finally get a draft with Bijan again. Oh, I'm so happy. Nick Chubb goes off the board. Stephon Diggs falling all the way to the 110. This is one of those times, it's like as the draft season's kind of progressed, I wouldn't mind being in the 110, because at the 110, we were not getting Bijan, we were not getting Diggs, we were getting Eckler or CeeDee Lamb are the two that we were getting. CeeDee Lamb over Stephon Diggs, I just can't agree with. And the 111, we most certainly were not getting Stephon Diggs. I can assure you of that. So, you know, I kind of wish, you know, I could have gotten that fortunate with Diggs in a lot of my 111 drafts, but it is what it is. He takes A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson there at the turn. Interesting, interesting. Amon-Ra. Okay. I think a very unique combo is going to be Bijan and Pollard, because the early drafters are going to have Pollard lower and not Bijan earlier. So it's going to be a very unique combo to where I can sit here and be like, yep, I got two really good run. Aww. Okay, so we got Saquon, who isn't a terrible choice. I'd be okay with Saquon. We're going to go ahead and go Saquon Barkley. I think that's a good pick to have Bijan Saquon as the two RBs there. I think that's a real solid start. Chris Olave goes there. It was either Chris Olave or Saquon, so. Derrick Henry, 19. That just seems too rich for my blood for Derrick Henry. I get the injury to Treylon kind of affected that a little bit, but it's too rich for my blood. Pat Mahomes goes with Cooper Kupp instead of the Kelsey. So the Kelsey guy is gonna have to not have the stack there. Did Kelsey guy pass on the stack? Yep, Kelsey guy actually passed on the stack, so that's interesting to see. Instead he took Derrick Henry. What a weirdo. Alright, let's see. So we got Mark Andrews going in the second round. Wow. Tyreek Hill and Mark Andrews. Interesting. Jalen Hurts goes. This is kind of why I like to be earlier, because I get my choice of quarterback that I want if I want an elite one. If you don't, then, well, it's not an ideal place. But I like to have the top three guys in Allen, Mahomes, and Hurts. I like all three of them. So I've been drafting them if I have an early pick. If I don't, well, obviously you don't really get a chance at him, so it's kind of tough in that regard. Devontae Smith goes. And Jahmyr Gibbs goes. Wow. Jahmyr Gibbs at 25th overall. Jahmyr Gibbs is just pushing up boards. I mean that. He is just riding up boards. It's kind of crazy to see the Jahmyr Gibbs hype. It's kind of getting out of control. That's why I'm kind of taking him in the puppy leagues, because I think I can get him a little cheaper. But the Jahmyr Gibbs hype is getting out of this world at this point. T. Higgins still being there at 30 is kind of insane. Or 29. I'd be real shocked to see if he doesn't go here. If we could have Higgins make it back to us, that'd be beautiful. But obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. This guy doesn't have a receiver. Jerry Jeudy over T. Higgins. Okay. And over Amari Cooper. All right. Over DK, I can make the case. But DK? Okay, this is an odd little draft here. Maybe T. Higgins actually makes it to us? That's crazy. Wow, T. Higgins made it back to us. That's crazy. All right. We will gladly take T. Higgins. Gladly, we'll take that. Absolutely ecstatic about that pick. Mike Williams over Amari Cooper. This is an interesting lobby so far, to say the least. This is definitely an interesting draft so far. Josh Jacobs goes there. Not mad at all at the Josh Jacobs selection. Ramondre, still in the late third. Kind of a little early in my opinion, but what do I know, right? Like, what do I know? What do I know? Lamar Jackson. Let's see. I know what our goal is. Our goal here is probably to go Joe Burrow and kind of pair him up, I think. Or we could go Justin Fields. But that would kind of ruin the Waller stack that I was kind of planning here. Alright, so we didn't even get the chance at Justin Fields. Okay, so we didn't have to be tempted with that. This might sound crazy, but I'm thinking we go... I'm thinking we should go receiver and Keenan Allen. Actually, we're gonna go Travis Etienne. The bullish running back strategy here. 3 RBs. We're not gonna have to worry about an RB for a while. We're definitely probably not gonna be super solid at tight end, but we'll see. We'll see. KG, what team should I play with in Madden franchise? Play as the Falcons. Because Bijan Robinson is him. I'm kind of dictating here what my board looks like. Let's see, what am I... Oh, I didn't even get to make the last 2 picks in that other puppy. What were my last picks? Let's look. Marvin Jones and Tyler Conklin. Probably would not have taken a tight end, but it's okay. It's okay. DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Ayuk. The Jamar team already has Jalen Hurts, so there's no way they go Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow, like this team's not gonna go Joe Burrow either. I don't know that there's a team that's gonna go Joe Burrow until me. That would make sense anyways. If you want to stack, if you don't care about stacking, I guess, but he took Justin Herbert. That's an odd take, but okay. Okay. I probably would have went Herbert here, but now honestly, if Burrow falls to me, I'm probably gonna have to take him. As thin as I am at receiver, I'm still gonna have to take him. At 56, I have to pair him up with Higgins. Like there's no doubt in my mind that this stack right here is good. I got it at a value, so there's no way I don't take it. Absolutely no way I don't take that. And then you could follow it up with a guy like Mike Evans as a receiver too. We're going to bank on Mike Evans being a good receiver this year, which I think is not a terrible bet, to be honest. Or Lockett. I'd be okay with either one of those guys. The difference between Lockett and Evans is Lockett's situation changed because of a receiver that got drafted. The quarterback situation is still the same. Geno's still the most accurate passer that we saw last year. So, you know, that situation's good. Mike Evans, on the other hand, has Baker Mayfield throwing him the ball. So it's kind of tough to sit here and say that'd be an amazing choice. It's tough. I'm also okay with Marquise Brown. I'm okay with either one of them. But we definitely have to go receiver here. We're definitely not going to get Waller, unfortunately. Unless we really don't want to have receivers, which I don't think that's a good idea in Best Ball Mania. I just don't. I think taking these 3 running backs is already enough for a while. I don't know that we want to push our luck even more by taking Waller. Kind of hoping he goes Kittle here. Okay, he went Mike Evans, thinking the same kind of thought process I had. We're going to go ahead and take Marquise Brown. In theory, I think that Kyler Murray could come back sooner rather than later. We'll see. Even if he doesn't, Colt McCoy is a guy who is going to shove targets down Marquise Brown's throat. So I'm not too genuinely concerned about Marquise Brown. George Kittle off the board at pick 69. We have two San Fran guys. He's probably going to be looking for Purdy later. The all-important entailing 69 pick. Cam Akers going off the board at pick 70. Michael Pittman. Let's look at the board here, the big board here. Kind of see the picture of everybody's team. 3 RBs here. You know, I kind of like that. Jamar Hurts, and then 3 RBs to follow it up. Michael Pittman, he has that good stud receiver to kind of hold it down. I don't really have the stud receiver. I do like Higgins and Burrow stack, though. You know, like I said, I think the RB room I have is going to be insanely good in this. So we're going to need to get receivers here. We're probably not going to have the elite tight end, but it's okay. We're going to really rely on getting these receivers. If we get Jahan Dotson in this draft, I will do cartwheels. I will do cartwheels if we get Jahan Dotson in some shape or form. I don't think we will, but if we do, I will literally do cartwheels. James Cook. Take Dallas Goedert. There goes Dotson. Unfortunate for me. I didn't think we were going to get him, but it didn't hurt to, you know, be wishful about it. I think we are going to go ahead and go... We're going to go ahead and go Zay Flowers here. I think Zay Flowers has a lot of upside. See what happens with him. And then we're going to follow up Zay Flowers, I think, here. Trying to think who I want to follow that up with. I like his draft so far. The guy right behind me, it looks pretty good. There goes Cooks. Let's see. Miles Sanders goes. I'd be okay with taking a Cortland Sutton in this case and kind of betting on Denver along with Cincinnati. Quentin Johnston goes. Interesting that Miles Sanders is his RB1. I just don't like that at all. I think you need to have good RBs. At least somewhat. Obviously, I went RB heavy in this one. I don't usually do that, but of course, Cortland Sutton goes. That's unfortunate for me, because we're not going to really be able to play a stack here. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and take Tony. Reason being is because of the upside that Kadarius Toney has. I think that that's a pick that we almost need to take for this team to succeed. is a Tony selection. I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. Because with Kadarius Toney, am I a huge fan? No. No, by no means am I a huge fan. But I think the upside of Kadarius Toney alone, of what he could be, is intriguing. Intriguing enough to go with this team. So that it makes sense. That's the only thing I have to say about that. Khalil Herbert goes, Sky Moore, Michael Thomas, Rachaad White. A. Rich goes 94. That sucks, he didn't get the Tua stack. Well, he could have had the Tua stack. Why didn't he take it? I'm so confused why he didn't take a Tua stack here. That doesn't make any sense as to why you wouldn't take it. Yeah, that makes no sense what he just did. That was kind of stupid on his part, I won't lie. Not a huge fan of what he did there, to be honest. Zach Charbonnet and Tua go to Wilkes. Let's kind of look at the board here. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Lockett, Sanders, and Johnston. I don't like Miles Sanders being the RB1. Diggs, Amon-Ra, Ramondre, Amari, Ken Walker, Damian Pierce, Brandon Cooks, Alvin Kamara. He still doesn't have a quarterback, which I'm not terrified of that, but I do like to have the elite quarterbacks. CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Drake London, TJ Hockenson, George Pickens, DeAndre Swift, Deshaun Watson. Pretty big fan of that team. I think it's a decent team. You know, you kind of would like to see some correlation with Cleveland there, but it is what it is. Chubb, Pollard, Williams, Fields, Kirk, Evans, Dalvin, Sutton. No correlation there. You don't really need it. We're gonna kind of look and see who's on the board here. Treylon Burks is gonna be my pick if he falls. If not, then maybe we look. We pivot tight end maybe, and go with Ingram, a non-stacked Ingram. Be okay with that too. He has 3 tight ends. He's drafting like an idiot. I don't really love the fact that he's injured, so we might be able to get him later. Actually, we're gonna go Boyd to make sure we secure that stack instead with Burrow and Higgins. We're gonna make sure we secure that 110%. If Treylon falls to us at a value here in 8 picks, we'll take him. If not, I'm not gonna be upset that I missed out on him. Especially as a wide receiver 6, that's a very high upside receiver 6. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be upset that I missed on him. Do I have any Seahawks at all? I do not. Okay. We have Arizona, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Giants, and Atlanta. All right, so we're probably gonna go with Daniel Jones in this draft. Pair up with Saquon. Those are the 2 focal points of that offense, so I want to make sure I get both of them. Say, forget the Waller guy. He's going to get him unstacked. I'm going to laugh at his face. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Waller. Sir, that's how I'm going to be. Yeah. I just want to make sure we get good at quarterbacks that have upside. So out of the 3 teams here before me, 4 teams, 3 of them don't have tight ends. So I'm assuming, yeah. I'm assuming he was going to go tight end. Yeah, see, there they go. I didn't think they were going to be there. So I'm okay with this, though. I'm okay with Daniel Jones. I'm okay with that. Because then this allows me to take Hyatt probably later. Which, quite honestly, if we go to completed here, I do want to see my exposures on Hyatt. Hodgins is obviously high. Hyatt's getting up there. Starting to get there. So go ahead and take Daniel Jones. And now we got a little bit of stacking going on here. We got some correlation with Cincy. You know, I think it's good. I think a not so bad last round flyer for a tight end could be Ferguson or Bellinger, I believe. Yeah, Bellinger. Because if something happens to Waller, Bellinger's going to be the guy. And Waller has not been a sustainable place in an offense for a while. Long term. So it's hard to trust him. I already clicked on it. Jameson Williams still there. Like I said, I'm not taking Jameson Williams hardly ever unless I have Jared Goff. And I'm not going to be having Jared Goff in this draft, so you will not catch me with Jameson Williams on this team. Unless he falls to me at like 150. Then I might. But until 150 comes, he's not going to be on my team. Lazard. Maybe Lazard would be a good option to kind of lean on early season. Jamal Williams goes there. There goes Lazard. Okay. Jacoby Myers, Mooney, Gallup. Oh, man. I think what we might do is go ahead and take our 4th running back here in McKinnon. Get another piece of that offense, that Kansas City offense, and not draft another running back. I think we're okay at running back now, where I don't really have to take one anymore if I don't want to. I'm okay with Mims, taking Mims. I'm also okay taking... I don't really want to take Rondale, though. Chark I'd be okay with later. I think Mims is a decent pick. I think Myers is a guy that we could rely on, too. We'll see, though. I think he's auto-drafting, so it's kind of hard to get anybody at the top. This will really prove it, because if he takes an 8th receiver here, he really has no running backs at all. So that makes my life a lot better. Yeah, he's 100% auto-drafting. It's unfortunate for him, though. Schultz goes there. Actually, instead of Mims, we might go Cole Kmet. I like that pick a lot more. Cole Kmet as a tight end one. I think it could happen. Never know. I think Higbee's another guy that you could be kind of optimistic about. Of course, Cole Kmet goes the pick before me. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and do Tyler Higbee then. I was kind of hoping to get Kmet, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Tyler Algier goes. Jonathan Mingo. I don't know why Mingo's going over Mims. I guess it's because he's more likely to get the receiver one role, the receiver one title. I still think Mims is the better choice. Whew. Tank Dell dealing with tightness. That's not good. You don't like to hear tightness. Damian Harris goes. Ezekiel Elliott kind of goes off the board here. KJ Osborne. Adding on to his Minnesota stack. That's kind of what I like to stack too, is those two. Jefferson, KJ Osborne. And then maybe I'd have Hawkinson mixed in there, but he doesn't have Hawkinson. He takes Hyatt, which kind of stinks. I really wanted Hyatt. We might do Paris Campbell just to be different. Because like I said, I really wanted Hyatt, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it now, so. Zamir White in the 13th. That's early. It's very early. 6 running backs. Alec Pierce. He's got a weird team. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take Marvin Mims. And hope that DJ Chark can maybe come back around to us. Is the hope. See, he's got he's got way better tight ends than I do, obviously. His quarterback room kind of stinks in comparison to mine, but I get it, sorta. I don't really know why you draft 3 elite tight ends, but it is what it is. There goes Hodgins. So I think our team competes pretty well everywhere else. You know, if Tony flops on the face, then this team just wasn't meant to be. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. Because there's a lot that could go good with this team. It kind of, I don't want to say it's relying on Tony being a guy, but it really kind of is. You know, because you can have Tony come out and be a guy. You don't have to have Zay Flowers be a guy early on then. Greg Dulcich goes, and MVS is going to go next. This guy still only has 1 running back. This poor soul has receivers out his butt and quarterbacks that are good, but no running room at all. No running back room. It's definitely interesting. Oh, he took Singletary. Okay, maybe he's not auto-drafting. I don't know. Jordan Love. Has he got Christian Watson? No. He has no... Oh, he has Jaden Reed. Okay. Really nobody valuable in that room. Probably gonna go Chark here if we can. Gonna go ahead and take Chark as an upside play. There's a good 7 receivers there. I do like the receiving options that we have there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get Irv. Hopefully we can. We'll see. I definitely want to come down here and get Bellinger on my checklist. I know it's a long shot, but it's kind of what it takes in these sometimes, is a long shot to make something shake. You know, if something happens to Waller, heaven forbid it does, that's kind of a good last round kind of guy. Jawan Johnson, Jeff Wilson. Irv Smith, oh well. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know, he's got Irv and Jamar. That kind of stinks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Irv Smith, Hunter Henry. I think we can make the bet that Daniel Jones and Joe Burrow are perfect quarterbacks, and we don't need to take another one. So that's good. Gus Edwards goes there. Good old Curtis Samuel goes. Okonkwo. I'd be okay with a Luke Musgrave kind of pick here. Like I said, this is a team that we're going to have to make the bet of 4 RBs on and go with it. So, I think we could be fine. Khalil Shakir. A lot of QBs still there on the board. Brock Purdy goes. We're going to go ahead and take a chance on Donovan Peoples-Jones. Do we want to? Or Musgrave? I think we're going to go Musgrave. Let me look at Dawson Knox's news. Yeah, we're going to go Musgrave. I think he's a better pick. He's a starting tight end. And I think that, you know, maybe the rookie mold gets broken this year. We'll see. We'll see. Might have some boom weeks, you know, who knows. There goes DPJ. Kyler Murray following it up. Kendrick Miller. Auto drafter. We love the auto drafters. Love them. Jerome Ford, Kendrick Miller. Kareem Hunt. Justin Herbert, or not Justin Herbert, Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett going off the board. I do like Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett's good if you have him stacked, and he has him stacked with Freiermuth. So, not a bad pick there. I'm probably going to go with Paris Campbell here. Next, just so I can pair up another guy with Daniel Jones, I mean. I don't think that's a bad bet. Alright, so we got 8 receivers here. Now we got 2 more rounds to go. We could go Mecole, and I'd be okay with it. Mecole, and then Bellinger. I'd be okay with that. I don't really think I need a quarterback. Anything, it'd be another tight end. It'd go tight end, or running back tight end. You know, I don't really know that there's any running backs here that I'm really willing to, like, take that's going to, like, overdo my team. You know, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this makes my team that much better and secures myself up and yada, yada, yada. I just don't see that being the case. Maybe James Robinson does that as a cuff, but I don't really want a cuff. You know, we want people that provide value, and maybe somebody here could provide some value that you're not getting out of anywhere else. So I don't think a lot of teams are going to have Bellinger. I'll put it that way. I really don't see that being the case. Ross, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Palmer. I don't really, let's see. Palmer. Trey Palmer. Haven't heard that name. I mean, I have, but I don't know why you would be taking him, to be honest. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Not a huge fan of that pick. Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton always finds his way on the field. That's what I like about Slayton, though. It's like he always finds a way to make you notice him, I guess, for lack of better wording. Marvin Jones, that's a good sneaky pick. But he doesn't have Jared Goff, so it doesn't make much sense to me as to why he would do that. But okay. Go ahead and go Mecole. Not going to doubt it at all. We're going to keep going here. We're going to keep things pushing. Make sure that we get Bellinger. It's a very unique thing here that maybe the last week, you know, Darren Waller's down or Darren Waller's out a week, or, you know, Daniel Bellinger has a chance to do something with that. It's kind of the biggest thing I'm banking on here. Is Bellinger being something potentially. Yeah, James Robinson's another guy that we could do this with, but I'm more apt to doing it with what's his face? Daniel Bellinger. Just because I think it's going to be a lot more unique, especially having that stack. It's going to be something not a lot of people have. It's Taysom Hill. We have plenty of Taysom Hill already, so I'm not going to be taking him. That's for sure. Oh, auto drafter. Kind kind of ready for to get out of the draft with the auto drafter. The auto drafter is kind of getting on my nerves. So, kind of ready to get out of the draft with him. Ty Chandler. Cordero Patterson. Let me get Bellinger. Ryan Tannehill. This is definitely not one that I can take the bet on Tyler Higbee and Luke Musgrave holding it down at tight end. I'm just going to put that out there now. It's definitely not that. All right. Go ahead and take Daniel Bellinger. People are looking at that pick like, what the heck? All right, guys. So that's going to be the stream for me. We'll go over this team real quick. We have Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones as our quarterbacks, Bijan, Saquon, Etienne, McKinnon as our running backs, Higgins, Marquise Brown, Zay Flowers, Kadarius Toney, Tyler Boyd, Marvin Mims, DJ Chark, Paris Campbell, and Mecole Hardman at the receiver positions, Tyler Higbee, Luke Musgrave, and Daniel Bellinger as our tight ends, rounding it out. Hopefully you guys had good times here today. I appreciate everybody that came through, hung out with me today. Until next time, I will see you all later. You guys have a blessed night. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Leave a like and subscribe down below also. Like it. Comment down below if you have any questions with comparisons. I also have a Patreon coming out. So, like I said, it's coming soon. But I am working on it. I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.